Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from, as well as the other Patreon-exclusive content, head over to patreon.com/raprankings. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip-hop's first and premier extreme podcast.
Track 1, Daylight, produced by Blockhead. You damn blockhead. Well, it's not your fault, but flat 6.
It's definitely not his fault. I'm glad to hear that. Okay.
Yeah.
But this is an 8- for me. Ding Me Baby.
Ah.
This is my favorite song on the EP. I prefer this version to the album version, which sounds slightly cut off up top. So if you could play the file that says O2 Daylight.
Yeah. From Labor Days.
Yeah.
All right. Here it is.
Yes, yo. Yes,
All right.
yes,
That's all you need to hear. You hear that? Like at the top? Hit it again.
Yes, yo. Yes, yo.
That fucking annoys me, dude. It really does. Now play Daylight from this EP.
Right.
01 Daylight.
Right. Here it is.
Yes, yo. Yes, yo.
Yeah, you see that, folks?
It's the exact same song, except it doesn't have that little like tail of whatever the last thing was that like kind of bled into that song.
Come on. What do you really want? You want this?
Yes, yo.
You don't want that. You want this.
Yes, yo. Yes, yo.
Okay.
It's cleaned up to me, you know?
Right.
I almost wonder if he put out this EP to fix the song.
You know, this is what I was telling you, not to get into it, but like when I get OCD in these music programs, like when people bounce out albums in professional settings, like I saw my professor do it, like they line up all of the tracks like in one session in Pro Tools, and then like they do some weird thing.
Yeah, I know.
Where like they all get exported
and cut it in like but in a weird way.
Yeah, and they export as individual. But I feel like that's how you end up with shit like that, though.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah, it is. It's also how, like, if you ever listen to, like, a Gangsta Grills, that's how DJ Drama would do it. He would set up all the tracks in Pro Tools and, like, record all his ad-libs and stuff. But then when the tracks get separated, they don't get separated, like, perfectly.
No, right. It's a little skip, you know, or a little...
Or there's a little trail of the
artifact.
last song at the top of the next song.
Yeah. Anyway,
because it's a mixtape, you know, it's supposed to sound like it's all playing straight through.
I mean, here's the thing. I have some things committed to memory like that, like fucking staff development mixtape.
My nigga show holla back.
The previous track, it's like my niggas, and then this track, nigga show holla back, and I remember that, like it's a thing that got, because I would listen straight through, and it's that little fucking chop.
Yeah,
you know,
when you play Where the Cash At on Dedication 2, but it has the end of what you know about that freestyle on it. Shout out AlexisMotors.com.
Wait.
Don't be surprised when she asks where the cash at. But
Dedication 2
Where the Cash At. You'll hear the end of the what you know about that beat. Drama says, shout out AlexisMotors.com, and then the where the cash at? Where the cash at?
You catch my girl legs open, better smash that. Don't be surprised if she asks where the cash at.
Wait, do I have a different version?
Play it.
You catch my girl legs open.
Yeah. Maybe Alexis Motors is once the beat gets going. Or maybe it's at the beginning of what you know, and I'm conflating the two. But
Alexis Motors, you know.
AlexisMotors.com, okay.
Is it still
active? AlexisMotors.com.
AlexisMotors.com. Goes to GoDaddy. Yeah, it's there's nothing there. Okay. There's an Asian lady on a laptop.
That's good.
That's what's there. Yeah, that's good. It's not bad for sure. It's a weird looking. It's not like it's like a marble back. It's like a stone top she's on. It's like a rock. Like it's not a laptop with any. Anyway, Daylight, folks.
Yeah, I prefer this version to the album version. And you heard why. And yeah, Blockhead, man, you said he's not the problem. I completely agree. I don't think we've reviewed any Blockhead era Aesop Rock stuff on the show. We've only done Impossible Kid, which I believe is 100% self-produced.
Yeah.
That's kind of why it was in that season, right? It was producer-rapper season. So he self-produced that album. He was like leaning on Blockhead production a lot more in this era. He did produce some stuff for himself still, but being on Def Jux, he was getting LP production here and there, but mainly Blockhead. That was like his go-to kind of in-house guy, and he would produce most of the records around this time. Easily my favorite beat on the EP. I think this is such a beautiful sounding beat. It's the highlight of the song for me. The music is very moving. You've got the flutes that come in. You've got these horns that start to come in that are very emotive. This kind of mandolin or like guitar sound in there. It's truly, to me, the only exceptional beat on the EP. Like, this is a great fucking beat to me. On the rapping side of things, this is not the Aesop Rock that we reviewed on The Impossible Kid. I would explain his career like this. The Def Jux era, which technically ran for like the first 10 years of his career, and then the Rhyme Sayers era, which has basically been the last 18 years or so. So None Shall Pass, his album in 2007, was his final album on the label Def Jux. But to me, it's the first album that, if you're a fan of his later works, it's the place to start. That album is where I feel like he started moving away from quote-unquote prog rap that Def Jux is primarily known for, and started moving towards something a little more accessible to what I would call like general hip-hop fans, while still maintaining his uniqueness and his writing style, just kind of reining it in a little bit to be more palatable. So speaking of his writing style, this song and most other songs on this EP are his usual style of like cryptic, dense, kind of esoteric writing. But as an MC, on the technique level, he's a lot less sharp and doesn't have those veteran instincts to tell him to not try to squeeze in as many words as he can per bar. Mm-hmm. On paper, I feel like we were just talking about this in the Earl review, but on paper, I feel like some of this stuff reads better than it sounds, because I can recall the first Aesop project I ever got was Fast Cars, Danger, Fire, and Knives. That was the EP that came out 2 years before None Shall Pass. It's what I would consider the last of the Def Jux era, just in terms of his sound and approach. Because, as I was saying, the last album from him to come out on Def Jux resembles more of his current sound than what he came in sounding like. And that EP, Fast Cars, came with a book full of lyrics, and not just lyrics from that EP. It had compiled all of the lyrics from all of his projects up until that point in the booklet. And some of the stuff reads like brilliantly on the page, but I feel like he hasn't quite mastered the art of rapping yet, despite, you know, still even in 2002 kind of being beyond his years as a writer. When he says something like, "I did not invent the wheel, I was the crooked spoke adjacent." These are lines that feel like beautiful and poetic to me, and still could sound ill as rap bars, but the delivery is always more than half the battle. You know, it's like, if the delivery is not there, then you're selling the writing short. Let's play Daylight from the Daylight EP a little more, not to hear the little glitch at the beginning of the Labor Days version, but so they can focus a little bit more on the rapping, because I brought in the title track from None Shall Pass to illustrate 2002 Aesop versus like the changing of his style in 2007.
Right. Okay. Well, here is Daylight from Daylight EP.
Yes, y'all. Yes, and you don't, and you don't. I keep on. Don't break it, don't break it. Yes, y'all. Yes, and you don't, and you don't. I keep yes, y'all. And you break it down. I keep yes, y'all.
nation. I did not invent the wheel, I was the crooked spoke adjacent. While the triple sixers lassos keep angels roped in the basement, I walk the block with a halo and a stick, poking your patience. Y'all catch a 30-second flash visual. Dirty cooperative med platoon, bloom head trip split ridiculous. Found in the splicing of first generation fuck up with trickle down anti-hero smack. Cracking. I paced me game for 0 hour completion, green slash. Duke of early retirement, pick a dream. American nightmare hogging the screen. The door open so you can stumble in if you'd stop following me round the jungle gym. Now it's honor and I spell it with the H I stole from heritage. Merit crutch stole the wretched refuse of my teeming residence. I promise. Tempest towards breed with a bleeding conscience. See the creed accent's responsive, but my sports divorce the wattage and I'm sleeping now. Yeah, the settlers laugh. You won't be laughing when your covered wagons crash. You won't be laughing when the buses drag your brother's flags to rags. You won't be laughing when your front lawn spangled with epitaphs. Won't be laughing. Then I'll hang my boots to rest when I'm impressed. So I triple knot him and forgot him. This origami dream is beautiful, but man, those wings will never leave the ground without a feather and a lottery ticket. Now settle down. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together my way. All I ever wanted was to pick up on the day, put the pieces back together.
Right.
So despite this being my favorite song on the album, I think it's one of the songs with his most problematic delivery.
Mm-hmm.
Words are like falling on top of each other at points. And when the lyrics are this dense, we need to slow down and work a fucking hold. Now, we can also just look at, like, you know, the unorthodox style. Like, it's not for everybody. You know, some people are going to get more out of that than others. But let's hear None Shall Pass, which I think is, you know, this is the first album where I feel like he's starting to take more of a turn towards a, I don't even want to say conventional, but just accessible sound.
All right, here we go.
Zeitgeist with by the watering hole, water patrol, water we the heart, how could be art buckery suddenly? Not enough young and as long for the water wing, colorfully vulgar poacher at a mulch like I'm a put a post at a soldier in bolts. Sign of the time we elapse when a primate climb up a spine and attach. Eye for an eye by the bog life, swamps and vines to get a rise out of frogs and flies. The winner talk fights, hog tied prize, sort of cost of life. The mouse water on a fork and knife, and the allure isn't right. No score on a war torn beach where the cash cows actually beef. Blood turns wine when a leak for police, like that's not a riot, it's a beastlet.
And I will remember your name and face on the day you were judged by the funhouse cast. And I will rejoice in your fall from grace when it came to the sky like none shall pass. None shall pass. None shall pass. You never had a day of snow cone, could have picked you whenever.
Okay.
So he's like flowing on there.
Flowing, exactly. Flowing. Not sputtering.
No,
You know,
on
not
Daylight,
spraying.
it almost sounds like, you know, two guys trying to like rap on the same song at the same time, but it's one guy.
Right.
He's doing too much. So listen, 8-. That's how much I love this beat. I'm not really crazy about his performance. I like his lyrics. I don't really like his delivery of them. But I'm so enamored with the music here that it's really doing so much heavy lifting for me. It's just when words are falling on top of words, it becomes dizzying. It dulls the impact of some of these lines. And you played Daylight up to the chorus. I like that. All I ever wanted was to pick apart the day, put the pieces back together my way. I think it's simple,
like that. Yeah.
dope, melodic. It works. I like when he, in verse 2, like he flips life's a bitch into life's not a bitch. Life is a beautiful woman. You only call her a bitch because she won't let you get that pussy. Maybe you didn't feel. But then all of a sudden it starts turning into like, I feel like I'm in the room. Am I in the room?
Yes,
I'm in the room.
my nigga. Yeah.
Like,
It's the room.
like because it's that Def Jux, and like, you know, it's like a lot of the people that were in the room were in the other room. It's like a different room, but like a lot of the people from that room go to the other room.
I appreciate the turn of phrase because we've heard a million lifes of bitches, but the sentiment itself, while I perhaps agree, it has that air to it.
Yeah.
That the room, it's like,
and it's like more so the delivery of it, where it's like I'm getting flashes of atmosphere in this, or Slug specifically.
Maybe she didn't feel y'all shared any similar interests, or maybe you're just an asshole who couldn't sweet talk the princess. And it's like,
now you're turning it into a Milo or Rap Ferreira style.
Oh yeah, I got Milo. Maybe she didn't feel you didn't share any similar interests, or maybe you're just an asshole who couldn't sweet talk the princess. Yeah, that's folks. Milo, like 2011, 2012 Milo is like fucking Macklemore, but much more subdued
and subversive, I would say, like
in much better content, I would say.
Yeah,
but,
in his approach, like Macklemore is more of like that kind of like basic office humor, the aisle.
Yeah, the aisle. But, the aisle in the room.
The aisle in the room, which are different places.
Yeah.
Different
places.
Aesop Rock in an interview described this song as a, quote, general life song. He says it speaks on a lot of things. There's some childhood memories mixed with some life experiences, mixed with a creativity will conquer all vibe, mixed with a youth trying to interpret his day and figure out how to make it to the next one. A lot of songs I write since then and even through now will just be general life songs where I can dip in and out of many prominent, sometimes conflicting emotions or experiences and kind of sum it all up by saying something to the effect of, well, this is it, this is life. I'm trying my best, trying to figure it all out, how to get to the next day and feel like I did okay, which is important to me. What I do hate, basically all of that combined with whatever is directly surrounding me at the time, what friends, where do I live, how are things, etc., all of that. That's fine. You got to deliver it in a palatable fashion, which he learned to do not too long after this. But, I feel like there's still like ring rust. You can hear all the elements of what's going to make this guy elite are there, but he needs to almost like stop himself.
You gotta refine things.
Yeah.
They say refined sugar.
So
you have to, yeah.
That's my take on this record and why I score it so high despite having issues with like the delivery overall. I think it's well written. I like the chorus, but I love the beat. I'm not crazy about the delivery here. And honestly, if it was from someone who I liked a little bit less, I think I maybe wouldn't, go as high as A-. I think I'd go like in the 7s, even with this beat. So 8-, but like a very minusy 8,
Yeah, -8. Well, this is a very flattish 6. What happens is I like the beat. It's one of the better beats on the EP. This and another one. I like the drums and the bass line. I think you called it like a guitar or something. I thought it was a flute. It sounds
no,
goofy.
there is a flute in there, but then there's
song.
also the
okay, not that then. I'm talking about
you're talking about yeah, that's a flute or some kind of woodwind instrument.
Yeah, take that out.
Oh, you don't like that?
No, we don't need that.
Oh, that's good.
It was goofy, but in a way that took away from. You called it a beautiful beat. I think it is very.
It sounds like looking out at the ocean.
Yeah, it has a flowery, sort of serene quality to it. But that flute always brings me out of it because I'm like sitting there, I'm like eyes closed, meditation. But then it's like you have your eyes closed, like at the beach, and then you hear. You open your eye, look
that
to the
sounds
right,
like something you hear on the beach. You'd hear it.
You know the lady who be outside your house with the
That's not her.
That's her. For me, for my ears. She shows up playing that damn shit. And I'm like, hey, quiet that down. We don't need that right now.
Oh, you said Blockhead's not to blame.
Partially not to blame. Mostly not to blame. Because it's my favorite part of the song is the beat. But yeah, no, what you said though, yeah, the delivery, that is the main issue I have with the song. So he's not to blame. It's Aesop Rock, a guy I like, but in is the earlier version of him. And after the, yes, yes, y'all, the hib of it all, we get launched headfirst into that barrage of lyrics. And, what I've said in, previous Aesop rock conversation on the show, I don't find him to be indecipherable the way that he was presented before I ever started listening to him. He is dense in that there's a lot to pick through. It's very compacted, but not impenetrable. Here, there is so much happening, and he hadn't yet refined that delivery to allow you like that extra second or so to chew on it.
That it feels like it's
impenetrable
because it's going so quickly and falling on top of each other. There's nothing's allowed to breathe. Now, on that song I played earlier from None Shall Pass, he's rapping like double time on that too. He's rapping like, pretty fast.
But he's rapping to the beat.
He's rapping to the beat. He's flowing. The beat's asking for that. It's almost like a 4 on the floor,
Right.
If you played something, I Like Rivers. How about you play I Like Rivers from Integrated Tech Solutions?
I Like Rivers. Let me see.
Because now we'll take it to like, when did that album come out? 2023, 2024?
24, because I remember I was... Wait, no, sorry.
It was either late 23 or like early 24. I feel like it was late 23.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was pulling into the parking lot of a restaurant to pick up an order, but it was the restaurant that my dad took me to on my birthday. That's why I was thinking it was 2024. But let me see. Okay, I Like Rivers. Okay, let me play him this Rivers. It may have been after. It may have been 2024 because I feel like I downloaded it on my new laptop.
Let me see.
No, it's 2023.
Yeah,
I guess
it was late 2023, November, because I remember I don't think I got a Record Club Hib album until that point that year, and I was getting worried that it wasn't going to happen, and that I would ask to be let out of my contract. Yeah.
Where's the fucking? We've been talking about it off air a few times. Damn, I can't search for shit these days. All right. Anyway, this Moulz was about to hit him.
I don't want to be a part of hip hop no more, because it just ain't right, man. And hip hop, it just didn't used to be like this.
That's right. I feel his pain. It's crying. That's good crying. But okay, Integrated Tech Solutions. By the River, track 12 on here. Check it out.
I like rivers, sailboats, fishermen, skinny dipping swimmers, kids turning rocks over, catching little critters, eagle in a pine tree, eyeballing dinner. My uncle used to cut school to hit the Susquehanna, kept himself a rod and really hit up in a bramble. The school took attendance, it was quiet as a mouse. He was at the river pulling out a giant by its mouth. A river in the daylight is energy in life. A river in the dark can be a genuine surprise. You might find some lovers getting cozy on a shore over cold-blooded psychopath disposing of a corpse. Sitting by the Hudson River talking to a ghost. I wish that we could rock a beat and smoke another tones. I miss the way you rhyme and how you never had a clone. Ain't a motherfucker living that could ever crack the code. I like rivers, I like rivers. Freight ships passing through old drawbridges. It looks so cool when you catch it from a distance. A little less cool when you're stuck inside your Civic. I wonder what could possibly be lurking on the bottom. I look into the water and imagine all the options. A fish we never knew about, some rusty old jalopy. The murder weapon used to catch the 8th dimension body.
We had to turn that off because I started crying. I'm not bullshitting. I started crying. Fuck.
But you hear how reined in it is there, too, because that's not like a song where you have to flow double time. So, to me, now, he's just a rapper, and if you don't listen to him because you heard this era of him and it was too weird, you're missing out. You're really missing out.
That was some real hit, man. I wasn't expecting to get emotional.
You know, the 3 out of the 4 last mainline albums, Impossible Kid, ITS, and this most recent one are maybe his best. Maybe. And I mean, None Shall Pass and Skeleton are fucking amazing also. So, you know, you're missing out on a lot of good shit if you're not at least checking out like his 2010s and 2020s catalog. If you had written him off because of the Def Jux shit.
Yeah, no, he turns into one of my favorite guys. You know, what you're getting on this EP is not making me cry, you know, but
I think you're getting growing pains on this EP, you know?
Yeah, which is what would happen, which is what happens to people and artists and things. You know, you grow. You become better, you know? So this is an issue where his delivery hadn't smoothed out yet. Also, his tone is like a higher voice, you know? And he's always had like this sort of trademark kind of nasally thing to his voice. But here,
it can be a
because
bit
he's
much
higher, it's like up here. Not like Seth Rollins level.
No, but I can see why people were put off by it, you know?
Right.
I could see initially what Jesse may have wanted to avoid.
Right.
But, you know, Jesse, you're a fucking idiot if you're not listening to his new music.
Ain't no Jesse.
Ain't no him. Episode 7 out now.
Ain't no episode 7 either. That's a man incriminating himself, but
that's a man who's saying it's all fake, brother. It's all fake, but you know, he's crying behind those lying eyes.
Oh man. Yeah, look, the delivery at this point, like, look, Aesop Rock is a lyrical guy. He is a thoughtful writer. So I would say regardless of era, it's going to read good on paper, but as I remind you, we don't read music, we listen to it. And this delivery doesn't make me want to return to what I'm hearing or care about what I'm hearing enough to maybe catch something that I would really like, you know? So yeah, you pointed out some lines. There's stuff in here. He was like, fathom the splicing of first generation fuck up with trickle down anti-hero smack. That can sound like word salad, but it makes sense to me. I pictured fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin Jr. Okay, like trickle down anti-hero smack.
This isn't like a total like Fantastic Damage situation for me, in the sense that like I think that there's a lot of value in the writing still. Okay, but I don't review verses.
Right. Yeah, we don't review written gimmicks, you know. We review
a well-written
gimmicks.
Song or like good lyrics are obviously like a good step towards making a good song. But if they're not delivered in the right way, it's just as bad as having a bad verse.
Yeah.
Like bad writing. Lazy
you could
writing.
say the illest shit and deliver it wrong, you know? Yeah, there's the sequence where you heard it because I played it up to this was like, you won't be laughing when all this, you won't be laughing. Just the way he was delivering it, I'm like, I'm laughing at you, okay? But I like the chorus sentiment. It is melodic, but I call it like clumsy melody. The reason I call it that is because there's literally a song from when I was 17 that I wrote that had the same melody, and it's like they're like graveyard.
It's almost
melodies.
Hamilton-esque to me.
Yeah. It's like, you know, all I ever wanted was to figure for the day, put the pieces back together my way. It's that my way. That part specifically. Yeah. It's like, all right. It's not The Room. It's something else. It's that like, all right. It's that spoiled milk. It's that Sonic the Hamilton.
It's a loserish melody.
That's right. But I grew on the movie. I appreciate
it's almost like a
shoegazy
rap melody. I don't know how to describe it.
Right. Look, I'm here for it because I grew up on it. I've made it. All right.
Yeah, I recognize something in it that appeals to me, but I also feel like I could see people hearing this and being like, all right, buddy, let's move this along, you know?
Yeah, you know. But yeah, it's just I just hear this song and I'm like, he would get so much better at this. Like, you know, the line like the results of low life counting on one hand what he's accomplished sounds like something he would say in the modern day in the context of, you know, a better verse.
I feel like this is a case where you would have had to have grown with him to go back and appreciate this.
And I literally wrote, not in this song, but there's something later on, you saying that reminded me. I want to revisit this EP after I've heard his entire catalog. Because maybe just like the full scope of everything would give me more appreciation.
I don't think so. I think you would like None Shall Pass and everything after it, and I don't think you'd be that like enthralled by the Def Jux shit from like, you know, Labor Days, or even like going back all the way to the Appleseed EP to Fast Cars. I don't think it's up your alley.
Well, no, I'm not saying I would be in love with it magically, but like maybe it would be a little more appreciated. Like you said, like you give this an A-, but perhaps if you didn't like the guy, it would be like
and
a
also
7 or something.
I came in still while he had remnants of this style left in him on the Fast Cars EP.
Right.
So I remember when he used to rap like this.
Right.
He wasn't my favorite dude back then, but I liked some of his songs. He grew into becoming one of my favorite dudes.
Right.
Like 07 to present, I am a stan of his work because he's that damn good. Prior to that, it's a mixed bag for me. I don't just write it all off. I give the song A-. It's really good, you know? But I'm not like in love with this era of his career. I have the songs that I enjoy from it.
All right. Well, this song.
All I ever wanted was to pick apart the song, okay, and put the reviews back together our way.
That melody. Oh shit. Yeah. All right. Well, we're not really done here, as you'll understand.
Oh yeah, we're
folks.
not. We're not.
Yeah.
Okay. I thought we were gonna do a deep dive on the Lithium John Legend vocal tone.
Lithium John Legend. Put the pieces back together my way. Okay. Yo, we'll move on, but you reminded me of the fucking Kanye to the running joke of like Drake's dog food era, where they say he needs to go off the grid, develop a heroin addict, and just turn into a complete fucking dog food fiend, and he'll make the best album of his life and then get clean, and it'll be a redemption story. He wouldn't survive.
He wouldn't be able to get clean. That's the problem.
Right. Yo, Mr. 40, I'm fucked. I shot up again.
There's no more veins in my armas, so I had to use my toes.
I couldn't use my abs because they're fake.
His arms are just filled with track marks. He has to start shooting up between his toes.
Yeah. That's dark, man. Drake, listen, for the record, he ain't listening to this. The fucking Daylight EP Patreon exclusive review. If you are listening...
There's so many layers to him not listening to this.
Right, exactly. Yeah, look, all I was going to say, man, is I don't care that you got fake abs.
You can say anything about him right now, and he will never hear this.
Never hear it. Never fucking hear it. Yeah, I don't give a fuck that you got fake abs. I don't know why in the fuck you posted it for everybody to see. They're obviously fake.
He posted it because that's why he got them.
Well, I guess, but...
This goes all the way back to the stupid outfit he wore in the No New Friends video.
Yeah, the memification of himself, I guess.
The memification of himself. He eggs that shit on. He loves it.
Yeah, this is your
He's
body,
a freak.
though, man.
He is a circus freak. Like, he will do anything. Remember when Goldust wanted to get tits and Vince had to talk him out of it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like,
real story, folks.
I'm telling you, like, Drake will seemingly do anything to get people to say negative things about him.
Well, I don't think he wants them to say, he wants them to say things, period.
Right. Or not negative, but like he wants people to like meme him and clown him.
Right. Yeah. Anyway.
But not too much.
Right. Because then you'll get 2024. But you want to move on?
Yeah.
Hey, it's Mel from Rap Rankings. To hear the full episode this clip comes from, as well as the other Patreon exclusive content, head over to patreon.com/raprankings. And please consider liking, subscribing, and commenting to help us grow the channel and continue our journey as hip hop's first and premier extreme podcast.